Welcome, boys, and in today's video we are going to be breaking down a video you guys sent me to react to and give my thoughts on because it has to do with dating and relationships. Okay, also guys, if you guys have not already, guys, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. Hit this video with a like, it helps us in the YouTube algorithm. Okay, if you guys have any more videos for me to react to, guys, my email is in the description box below. I usually like the TikTok videos, any kind of short length videos, right? So my videos don't end up being 30-40 minutes, right? But we're gonna react to a piece of this video to actually give you guys what my thoughts are on the discussion that they were having. Okay, without any further ado, guys, let's get right into this video.
Pretty impressed with what he's done.
And also, just to add a point to this as well, you don't know how a woman really cares about you if she spends her money on you. Because, for real talk, women and their money are kind of inseparable. They care about their pets, maybe themselves, but really to spend on their man, it's not really, you don't see that too often.
Well, let's talk about that then. Let's talk.
Very true. Definitely, guys. Here's the thing. And that ties into something else that I actually want to mention really quickly. Guys, when you are dealing with a woman, right, the more she is invested in you, right, the more she does things for you, the more she's going to be invested in you, the more attached she's going to be to you, right? If she's not really investing in the interaction between you and her, that means she's not really trying to commit to that interaction with you and her. Is she buying you things, right? Is she investing information, telling you things about herself, right? Is she investing her time on you, right? Is she doing things for you, like cooking for you, running your errands, right? The more a woman invests in you, that shows you how much this woman actually really cares about you. But if you notice that you are always the one just investing in her, like you're the one spending money, you're the one always paying for the dates, then you know she's just using you. Okay, let's carry on.
About relationships, money, how that works in a relationship. Do you have strong feelings or philosophies on how money should work in the relationship? Like, is anybody in a relationship currently?
No.
Does anybody have multiple girlfriends that they want to admit to on camera in front of people? All right, that's me, guys. I haven't. But all right, let's start with you
I deal with
first.
multiple girls. I'm open about that.
Straight up.
Yeah, I tell every girl I deal with I'm not going to be monogamous to you. That's stupid for me.
You tell them straight up, I will not be monogamous with you.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
I think it's absolutely stupid for a man to be monogamous if he reaches a certain level.
Okay, and when did this philosophy start for you?
Well, I grew up in a Muslim household, right? So it's kind of already been something that I've seen, but it's just an uncomfortable reality that here in the West we don't want to accept, is that men and women are not the same. So a man having a lot of women is not the same as a woman having a lot of men. So once a man, and it's been that way since the beginning of time, kings, sultans, rulers of countries or whatever it may be, powerful men have always had hordes of women. They might have their main woman or two, right, that they marry or have a relationship or children with, but they'll have other women as well. So I think if a man works his ass off to get to a certain point, he should be able to enjoy the fruits of his labor, and a part of that is the ability to have sexual abundance.
Why do you think it's different from men versus women?
We're biologically different, and that pretty much.
She means just in that specific example.
As far as like, why can't women have
Multiple partners.
Right, like why is it okay for men to have multiple women, but it's not okay for women to have multiple men?
Hey, no, women can absolutely do whatever they want. They can have multiple men too, but they're not necessarily set up for it from a biological perspective. And a woman that has a lot of men is not the same as a man that has a lot of women, because a man that has a lot of women has to bring value to the world to some degree, versus a woman that has a lot of sex with different men loses her value.
So
you disagree with that?
How does a man add value by having sex with multiple women, and how does a woman devalue by having sex with multiple men?
Because men aren't measured men are measured by the world, what you create, your status, your income, etc. Like, men must go out into the world and create and become a somebody, and then a byproduct of them becoming somebody is women are attracted to him. There's a reason why you look at musicians, popular athletes, etc. They have a bunch of women coming after them. Why? Because they've accomplished something in the real world, and the byproduct is the women. So the women is not, but for women, it doesn't necessarily operate that way. So a man having sex with a lot of women, he's doing something right. If you see a guy with an attractive model,
But why for women does it not operate that way? Is what
men
I'm
and women
asking.
aren't the same. We're just not the same.
But you're saying like men are creators, like women are creators too. We're all creation, right? Like we were born in creation.
Yep.
Okay, well, let me just answer that question. Why it's not the same for women as it is for men is just how he explained, right? Now, here's the thing. Before I go into that explanation, I'll say this. If you're dealing with a woman and you guys are non-monogamous, for me personally, she can do whatever the heck that she wants to do, right? So, but in the context of their argument, right? In the context of their argument, why society doesn't view women the same way it views men is because when a woman sleeps around with a bunch of men, right, that is just a byproduct of her being beautiful and men being thirsty for pussy, right? A man is gonna smash whatever comes easy. So if she's out here just easily giving out pussy, her body count is gonna be ridiculous. Or if she sells it, hey, you know what? Every guy's gonna get that. But for a man to have sexual abundance in society, he has to level up, right? He has to become attractive to the community of women that he's talking to, right? A guy that is not, and not only just attractive, right? As a man, for you to actually become a very good seducer of women and actually have a lot of options, you have to know how to talk to women, right? So that means you've practiced years and years of actually interacting with multiple women, right? You leveled up, you have your own place, you drive your own car. Every level of success that you earn in your life as a man gives you more options and actually increases your dating pool, right? Plain and simple. A woman can be a bum. In fact, I've dated women that were in the past that were bum, but they were just gorgeous, right? They had nothing else going for them but just the fact that they had an ass, had titties, and they were just beautiful, right? And they got to sleep with me, right? But I cannot do that same thing. I cannot be a bum and then sleep with loads of women. Some guys do it. I don't know how they do it, but I had to work on it, right? I had to work on it. I had to level up to a certain point where I now have sexual abundance, right? And that is what she's missing. I'm not saying her question is asinine or stupid, but she just doesn't know, right? She just doesn't understand why is it that society views women like this and views men like this, right? But the point is this: men, to get sexual abundance, they have to create that life. They have to work hard towards that goal. Women get sexual abundance for just being beautiful and being women, right? Plain and simple. Again, if I am dealing with a woman and we are non-monogamous and we're just out here dating, she can see whoever she wants. Just as I can see whoever I want. I don't see anything wrong with that, right? Let's carry on.
Straight up.
Can I ask a question? real
Yeah,
quick?
go ahead, Amber.
Do you care about being liked for your personality at all, or it's just like your status? Like, would you like a woman to be attracted to who you are as a person, or does that not matter to you?
If you don't reach a certain status, she's not going to give a fuck about your personality. That's the
don't-
reality.
I don't believe that's true. I really don't. Like, I know you're living in your male experience, but I live in my female experience, and I have
Okay.
female friends. And the first thing that somebody is attracted to is your personality, charm, and your charisma. The assets are benefits, but they are not the end-all be-all. We need to connect in order to feel safe and to be attracted.
That's fantastic that you feel that way. But have you ever dated a woman as a man?
I have not.
Okay, so let me.
That's the
so
thing
let
about
me.
it. Like,
Let me
have
break,
Some math in my head
so
right
let
there.
me
For
break-
that.
let me break it down.
Yeah.
The charisma and everything else. Yes, you're 100% right. You need to be socially calibrated. You need to be able to speak. You need to have confidence. You need to be ambitious, etc. All these things. However, a woman isn't going to even give you the chance to play the game unless you're of a certain level. And the more attractive the girl is, the more competitive it must be to be able to even get a shot. There's girls that won't even look your way unless you're of a certain status. So
There
you can
are
have all
girls,
these.
but there are other girls too. And I just wanted, like, you speak so much in generalizations about women and the way they behave.
Okay, so let me interject here. So I will say that there are some caliber of women that if you want to date them, yes, you have to be at a certain level. But I will tell you this, right? At every stage of my life, I have dealt with beautiful women, and I wasn't necessarily the most successful guy, right? So Yeah, are there girls that you can only get once you get to a certain status? Yes, there are some girls that you won't stand a chance with if you don't have that kind of money. But there are also other girls, right? Gorgeous, beautiful women that you don't really need money. And I'm not saying you need to be a bum, right? But you know, you have a job, you have a car, you have your own place, right? A place you can take her and you know do the business, right? Here's the thing. Is money important for you to get laid? Yes and no, right? No, and yes, in the sense of if you have money, it broadens your options. Of obviously, right? You can travel, you can go to different places, you can go to different countries, whatever it is, right? You can get into different clubs, different areas. You meet different people, get into certain social circles that you would never meet these women in, right? And that's how money can help you. But I'm not saying that if you don't have money, you're never gonna get laid, because how are people getting laid, right? And not everybody is a 6-figure earner or 7-figure, 8 figures, right? So money isn't the end all be all, but you do have to have some certain kind of proficiency in life, right? You gotta have a job. You gotta have enough money to take her out on a date, right? You gotta have enough money to buy a car, put gas in your car, right? Have enough money to have your own apartment, right? So in some sense, I agree, but in some sense also it's like, you know, you don't really need money like that. You need some sort of money. Obviously, you can't be a broke bum, obviously, but we have to put it, I have to put it in perspective for you guys, okay?
And that's fine, but there are other girls who are attracted to
Well,
personality.
here's
The
the
people
thing.
who want to create in the world, they want a partner to create and collaborate
Amber,
with.
Amber, let me ask you and Jenny a question. You got a guy. You're dating a guy. He's doing okay. He's fine. You like him. You're into his personality. Okay, that's Exhibit A. You like him. You love him. There's another guy who's worth way much more money, way much more social credibility, just bringing a lot more quote unquote value to the relationship, to the marketplace. Are you willing to put up with a little bit more nonsense for that guy? Just a little bit more? Or is it like, I will not be disrespected. I don't care how much money, how much wealth, how much fame you
100%.
have.
I have never dated a rich man. I've always dated creators, people who are at the same status as me, and maybe that will change. Maybe now that I'm 28 and I am looking for somebody who I can settle down with, maybe those things will matter more to me. I'll give you that. I don't know yet because I haven't. At this moment, my main priority is connecting with somebody I like and have fun with, who respects me. If one person put a hand to me, I don't care how much fucking money you have.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Obviously that's it.
A hand to me or anything disrespectful.
Jenny, you've dated some, you know, as you've said, successful men, guys who got their shit together. There's a reason you date. I mean, kind of to Myron's point, there's a reason you date more successful guys and not just, you know, a nice guy that you kind of meet. Or is there anything, like, why would you do, I guess the question is, why date a successful guy? What do they do to you versus like an unsuccessful guy?
Well, number one in a relationship is respect. Whatever that entails, right? If you have multiple women, as long as your women know, I think that's fine.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I
You're
mean?
good with that.
Yeah, me too, by the
So
way.
you're both good with Myron having multiple.
Absolutely.
If that's what he wants and his women know, I think there's no foul play, right?
I'm 100% in agreement.
Yeah, because
It's just-
everybody, listen, there's so many things in this world. He's open about it.
Yeah.
So I think that's admirable. I just think sometimes maybe his approach with women, like I just met him and like I don't know, like certain gestures he makes is very like,
It's scary.
like, oh my, it's not scary.
He's a manly dude.
It's not scary. That's
Yeah.
fine. He sits very high in his masculine energy, but I do feel like one day a woman will come and really help bring out a side of you that will.
Do you
Create
think
some peace.
for someone like Myron, do you think have you ever had your heart broken, bro?
Who, me? By a woman?
Yeah.
Never.
Never had your heart
Have
broken?
you ever been in love?
No, but I've definitely like taken L's with girls and stuff like that too, for sure. Like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I've never
Wait,
What's taking
have you ever been in love?
been with a girl.
Yeah.
Not really. No.
with a guy?
Have you ever been in love with a man? The way he asked that.
Only on Saturdays.
Right there, right there.
Have you ever told a girl you love her?
No.
Got it.
Really,
Okay.
bro?
Oh, more Wait, I have a question.
Ladies,
Wait,
one at a time, one at a time.
wait. I love this. Thank you for being honest. Like 100%. No, this is great. This is great. I'm so glad you guys are here.
Me too.
What is your relationship like with your mother?
Oh God, there we go.
Fantastic. My mom actually is the.
Okay, so first of all, we do have to. I do see a lot of guys in the manosphere saying, "Oh, you know what? I've never been in love and stuff like that." Guys, there's nothing wrong with being in love with a woman, right? There is nothing. I have been in love with a woman, right? But a lot of people confuse being in love and just being plain stupid, right? Just because you're in love with a woman, that doesn't mean you can't set boundaries, right? That doesn't mean you can't correct her when, she's out of line. Now, Myron over here, I mean, I'm sure he has. Every man has, right? Every man has been head over heels over a woman, but he's, I don't know, maybe he's trying to be cool or something, but who knows? Maybe, you know what? Maybe he hasn't been in love. But I will say this. Just because you fall in love with somebody, that doesn't mean that makes you less of a man or that makes you weaker or no. But when you fall in love and you are head over heels over somebody, you still have to remain in your masculine frame. You still have to be able to set boundaries for that woman. Plain and simple. Okay, let's get into it again. I just wanted to mention that.
Fresh. Let's get to you. How
Have you been in love?
have you been in love? Exactly.
No.
Do you
So
guys
you've
believe
never-
in love? Do you
you-
guys believe in love?
You know what it is? I look at it logically because, like, for me, for example, I can see that there's consideration. There's definitely emotional connections, 100%. However, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I can actually, like, take an advantage of. So, for example, I meet someone, right? We connect on a certain level. We have understanding. But I'll never, like, say, oh, I love you so much because I'm going to give you everything off rip. I'm going to see who you are over a period of time. And then you will tell me who you are. And I can either cut the rope there, right there and then, or keep it going.
When you say give you everything, do you mean like financials, assets, or like you? Give you all of you?
Well, in terms of like financials, like for
Okay.
example, someone
You're
say,
talking about tangibles.
someone may say I love you, right? And they'll do whatever they can for you. But that's just like out of like maybe I guess lust or maybe like a feeling versus okay, logically speaking, I want to see who you are over a period of time. So I'm going to see who you are, and then from that point, I can determine if you're a ride or die, if you're here for a moment, and that way I can logically say, you know what, cool, I'll invest more or less. But to say
And
I
you
love
never
somebody,
even had a taste of that at this point in your life?
no, I know girls that love me. But
No,
it's-
you haven't had that feeling of like that drug feeling, the serotonin coming through your brain, like all logic goes out the window. Have you had that where you just absolutely want this person every day, all day?
No, it's there, but I also can say to myself, okay, cool, that feeling's there, but it goes and comes. It's not constant.
And here's another thing too, ladies. Like I see that you guys are trying to like figure out why we have this mindset. You're asking these questions, trying to pry. The reality is, love between men and women is not the same at all. Men. Shout out to Rolla Tomasi. I'm sure you guys might have touched on this, and I agree with him 100%. Men love idealistically, women love opportunistically. I understand the fact that as a man, a woman loves you for what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Your money, your income, your status, your confidence, your ambition, your cleverness. There's a whole bunch of different things that women look for in a man before they can actually love and submit and want to be with him. But for men, it's like, we love women for real because we don't have as many requirements of them.
You love
as
women
they-
for real? That's what you said?
Yeah, men love women idealistically. This is why breakups hurt men way more. This is why men commit suicide way more when it comes to suicide.
So, what do you break down what idealistically means?
As in, it's the closest. I mean, obviously, no love is unconditional, but it's the closest to it. Like when a man loves a woman, he loves her far harder than she loves him back, so to speak. This is why women overwhelmingly, initiate divorce and breakups, etc. And why guys have such a tough time getting over it. Because when a man loves a woman, he loves her for real. When a woman loves a man, she loves him.
I think the
for
stat here is that
how he makes her feel.
Stats are 45% of marriages end in divorce, and women initiate 80% of them.
And how many did men cheat in those relationships?
Doesn't change the fact.
That doesn't change the fact.
What is love?
Love
So
the
what
respect.
does love mean to you?
What's love
It's a
got
bond.
to do with it?
Yeah.
Got to do with it.
Hey.
It's a bond between.
Yeah. So here's the thing about this whole love notion, right? So I do agree with the point that Myron is making, that women love differently than men love, right? Because I will say this, right? Women will fall in love with the idea of you, right? So as long as you are the man that she sees in her mind, right, she will love you always, right? But once you are not that guy anymore, it's over, right? A man can love a woman regardless of who she turns out to be. Plain and simple, right? I have seen guys ruin their life for a woman. Plain and simple. Right? So I do agree with what he's saying.
Into individuals, but you know, we're not gonna sit here and say it's a Disney fairy. Here's the thing, man. I'm just gonna say it. Like people might say I'm an asshole, whatever. It is what it is. Men put far more at stake when they love a woman versus the other way around. So men need to approach it with their eyes wide open and understand that women love you for what you bring and how you make them feel. And if men understand that, it's going to be to their benefit. The last thing a guy needs to do is love women the way that you guys are trying to go with the Disney fairy tale type narrative, because the reality is you have far more risk when you get married and or deal with a woman than the woman has you, because with the way the family courts are set up, it's set up for you to lose if everything goes out the window. We know 80% of divorces, like you said before, are initiated by women. 90% alimony is paid from men to women. We know women, divorce rate is extremely high in the West in general. So guys need to understand that when you are with a woman and that she loves you for what you bring to the table. And I think, even though that sounds horrible, that's just the reality of the world that we live in.
Very true, right? And I will say this. If you are a guy, right? Again, I'm saying I agree 100% of what he just said. I'll tell you this. If you are a guy looking to get married to a woman, forget this whole Disneyland fantasy of, I'm going to marry her for love. Guys, if you are a guy that has his shit together and you're making a lot of money, right? Or you have some assets that you want to protect, do not go into a marriage with the idea of, I love this woman and this woman can do no wrong. You have to protect yourself, because remember, if you follow the whole Disney fantasy, I am telling you, once that woman falls out of love with you, she is going to take you for everything you have. Now, I'm not saying that you should approach every woman, every relationship with a woman as in like this kind of adversarial thing. No. Love is a beautiful thing, right? Meeting somebody and getting to know them is a beautiful thing. It's an enjoyable thing. But at the end of the day, you want to protect your ass. It's like buying a car, right? I don't plan on getting into an accident. But I may be coming out of the road and somebody rear ends me or slams into my car. That's why you have car insurance, right? But that is what I'm telling guys. That's why I agree with the statement that he's saying, right? When it comes to love, it's okay for a woman to fall in love with a man and be head over heels, because if that relationship ends, yeah, she's going to be emotionally hurt, they get a divorce and she's going to leave with the kids, live with half of his money. But if a man goes into it just blindly, I'm in love. If the day comes that that woman decides that she doesn't love him anymore, she's going to take the kids and is going to take half of his net worth. Just ask Jeff Bezos, right? Again, obviously we're not all Jeff Bezos, but still, it would actually hurt you way worse than it hurt him, because he made the money back. Most guys never recover from a horrible divorce, okay? So like you said, keep your eyes wide open.
Speaking of money, let me just throw some questions out there, and we're gonna do a rapid fire at the end. So if you don't get every topic, for ladies, gentlemen, how important is it income for your man? How important is income that your man brings home the bacon? How important is that? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, my man better bring home the bacon, and 1 being like, I don't know, I'll take care of my man. And then gentlemen, you're next.
For me personally, it's you have to meet me at least halfway or higher.
Okay.
But like.
So if you're making $100,000, you would not date a guy that makes $40,000.
I want to be able to grow from you.
So the answer is no.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I want to be able to grow from you.
Amber.
I hold the people that I date to the same standard that I hold myself, and I am currently on a grind, and I am not making money, but I am pursuing my passion, and I have a lot of energy, and you can't look at me and say that I don't work hard. I want somebody who works hard, and even if they're not there yet, if I believe that there's somewhere we can grow and they have dreams and passion and work ethic, then it's not a requirement for me.
So income is not a requirement. Okay.
I need to connect with somebody. That is the number one thing.
Okay.
But
Respect.
you want a guy with ambition, though.
Absolutely.
We talked about.
All right, so I'm gonna give you guys. Okay, so most women, right? If you are, it really depends on what you as a man are looking for, right? If you're looking to date a woman and get married and you guys build a family together, women will look to see what level of income you have, right? Because I watch a lot of videos and I see people make say, I'm only gonna date a guy, and women will say I will only date a guy with makes 6 figures or makes 200,000, 400,000. Here's the thing. If you're just a guy out there dating and you're just smashing indiscriminately, like you're doing one night stands and you're just dating and just kind of dating around, honestly, the amount of money you make does not matter to a woman. Trust me, right? Especially when you're just out there just dating, right? When you're dating and just smashing and you're kind of having rotations. But most guys don't have rotations, right? But if you're that guy that you're like looking for a girlfriend and you're younger, I mean, most girls your age range, especially if you're like 21, 22, they're going to be dating guys that don't have money, plain and simple. But when money tends to be a big issue is when women are like older, like when they start getting to like 29, 30, 31, 32, and they're trying to like settle down and they're like vetting men. That's when money becomes an issue, right? Older women tend to worry about how much money a man is making if they are going to date him for the long term. Younger women, usually they don't usually think about stuff like that. They're usually thinking about, oh, okay, are we gonna have fun? I'm not saying that younger women aren't gonna go for guys that have a lot of money. No, but I'm saying it is not such a big deterrent for a younger woman if she's dating a guy that doesn't have a lot of money. As long as he's sexy, attractive, gives her that emotional excitement that she's looking for, she's down to go. You guys will be dating for a while, right? But older women are different, right? Because they've already had their fun. They've already, gone through their whole phase, and now they're trying to settle down. So every man that they're trying to deal with, they're trying to see, oh, okay, how stable is he, right? They're not looking for security the older they get, right? Yeah, once in a while when they go out, they might do a one night stand here and there, but older women typically, those are the ones that usually worry about how much a man that they are dating usually makes, right? Younger women, not really. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end the video there. I'm gonna try and leave a link to this video in the description so you guys can go watch the full video. I would have done the whole thing, but this video would be like an hour long if I did that. Okay, guys, that is the video for today. If you haven't already, guys, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. Hit this video with a like. It really helps us in the YouTube algorithm. Any comments that you guys have, leave it for me in the comment sections below. With that, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.